Hello, everyone. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit late tonight. But things have happened tonight where I've had to just take a little bit extra time to get here. So bear with me a sec. Doing my live tracking. So as you can tell from tonight's little description down below, I'm not really good at these, am I? Yeah, I've got to look up there and look there. Then you can guess what I'm doing tonight. Doing Toad. Or at least starting the process of making Toad. Tonight we'll just write out a plan, move forward, have a quick review, and just see where it goes. Oh, come on. There you go. For those interested in an update on Percy, here's the rolling little beggar now. Chassis, wheels on, side rods and cylinders still to be finished. But let's use him. And here is the subject of tonight's live stream. Thank you, Percy. Lima. Not really a name synonymous anymore with Vogue Age. But in the 80s, 70s, 80s, early 90s, they were a name. I believe they did a couple of locos as well. One of them being the 4F. I'll try and add a link in the description later for Tom's modeling corner, because he's done a 15-minute video on the review of the 4F and some little teeth and troubles that he's had with the teeth on the gears. And I believe also he is going to be doing one of these as Toad. Don't know how much detail he's going to be going to, but I'm going to be just doing a basic, make it look like job. So when I bought this wagon, bought it from a second-hand shop in the local town that I live. It cost me 20 quid. So you can still get some good bargains in O gauge. And considering the price of a Mark 1 coach from Hornby or Bachmann is around the £20-25 mark, not bad going. Lima also did carriages, of which I'll just get one for you now. Should have planned this a lot better. Look. Such is life. I got this from eBay. 20 quid? 25 quid? Oh, 5-6 years ago. You can still get these on eBay. But I think their value, not monetary value, their value to the O-gauger these days has increased. So there will be a project on this in a future live stream or video where I'll just paint it up a little bit, and I'll probably start making the express rake The other reason I got this one so cheap is because they'd try to remove bits from some of the windows. I don't know if this was going to be a Thomas carriage from the previous owner, but with the removal of these individual sliding window details, I'm presuming at some point it probably was. Maybe wrong, but that's my presumption. Put you back. So, lovely free rolling chassis on the Lima model. I've got one broken buffer that has broken since one of my kids grabbed it and broke it. Little darlings. And it comes as free plastic components, free injection molded components. You've got the roof, the brake van body itself, and then the chassis. Obviously the wheels come as a separate fitting, but it comes as a complete, ready to run, stick it on the track, go. And I've removed the original Lima couplings that were on this, and the carriage doesn't have them, and it's that weird one where it's like a hook but not quite a hook, a springy hook. I have done a little bit of work on this already, and I removed this wall here, cut out the door and left the door slightly ajar, slightly open. Just for a bit of detail, and I've added a lump of lead. I don't know how well you can see that in there, but it is in there. I really do need to get some better lighting, don't I? So, but if anyone is watching this and they want to ask any questions while I'm doing this, feel free. All right, I'm going to share the screen now. And obviously when you're doing a project like this, it's better with some reference material. That's for some future projects. I've got some line drawings with measurements on for future use, for future builds. But remember when I did the Percy build, I said that the height from the rail top to the buffers is about 3.5 foot, which is 21, 24.5, 25 millimeters. Just to prove the point that I was right. Percy's buffers match perfectly with the Lima ones. Now, I've also worked on heritage railways, and there are some wagons out there that when you put a particular engine next to them, the locomotive buffers look higher or lower. But it all depends on where you see it going and how far you want to go and how much detail you want to do. So, right, I'll share the screen now. Just wait for that to load up. Oh, there we go. Oh, look, we've got an infinity screen. Yeah. Right, yeah. So here we are. We've got some reference material here. There's Toad CGI. Toad model era. Toad Railway series books. Even some fan-made ones here. They're all looking good. What did you got? But that's where he just looks chubbier than what he should do. But wherever you get your reference material from, like I've just clicked on ttt.fandom.com, YouTube, DeviantArt. There's plenty out there. Just remember, if you're going to be doing a video or any sort of thing like that, you need to put the reference in of that. And if you can get permission first. Also, another source that may not be around much longer, or may be around a long while, is obviously Abby Grant. She worked on the series, and she's got her own website, abbygrant.net, all one word. And if you put that into Google search, it should find for you. You come to a home page. This is what it looks like on the laptop. Oh, for God's sake. There you go. And then obviously up here you've got this drop down tab. So depending on which character you want to do, we want to aim specifically for Toad. He's there in the vehicles and other characters. But you've got Thomas the Tank Engine. She's got a couple of videos, links to YouTube. Character models. You've got Thomas, James, Gordon, Edward, Emily. Emily, you should be way down the list. Should be number older. Henry, Toby, Henrietta, Boko, Class 40, Bill, Donald, Douglas, Salty Duck. All sorts. You got technical drawings as well. These are for the wharf scenes. But let's get to the one that we all really want to concentrate on for tonight's stream. Oh, come on. Vehicles and other characters. And Toad the Brakeman. There he is. Even in these side pictures, he looks a lot more squat compared to the Lima model. This is handy for all these little details, like gross tonnage weight, his GW number, the stack from where the guard was sitting here and he'd have his own little log burner to keep little log burning stove to keep his kettle going, brake handle, lamp, free link couplings, the boardwalk, even the hand railings. And these are the scale, obviously the scale models for the scale scale pictures with the scale rule for the TV series when it was the model series. It's just nice to see all this little detail that you can see, like all the little rivets here. It's always nice to see things like that. Let's stop sharing. And there we go. So from those pictures that we just saw on abbygrant.net, this bit here on this model is a bit long, should be 10 mil shorter, at a guess. These aren't as wide, they're a bit shorter. Brake handle is obviously missing from this. I think these were primarily designed just to get people in. It's sort of like the Dapple O gauge range now, where you can get the Pannier tank or the 08 diesel for, if you'd shop for the deals in certain shops, about £157. I think the last time I had a look at one or two of them. But these are great as a base model. Also great if you want to just practice doing your detailing and what have you. So how will we make this into Toad? Well, with it being easily split into its roof, let's get the screwdriver set out. This is the funny thing with this. I've noticed that not crosshead, it's flathead. The screws that hold the couplings on also hold the chassis to the body. Which is quite ingenious when you think about it. Be careful with the thinner plastic detail. I think I've just... Oh, no, that's a previous repair. That might be a bit too thick. If you're interested in where I got this little screwdriver set from, they are available online. I've seen ridiculous prices for them for 10, 15, 20 quid. I got this set from Poundland for £1. So one of my golden rules is, if you need a tool, check out Poundland first, or the cheap shops, because you don't want to be going to the likes of B&Q and spending stupid amounts all the time. Yep, there we have it, into 3 nice pieces. Obviously with the buffer still missing. But that's alright, because these buffers are coming off anyway. This chassis, if you can also find several of these Great Western brake van Toads, would be perfect for smaller carriages. You know, like the Annie, Clarabelle, or even the Works coach. You can use some of the sides from this to make it, and you've got a ready curved, ready-made roof. Bonus. Is this where I go to buy a couple of these now when I find a sorted, because everyone's nicked that idea. But there we go. Chassis runs well. Fairly well detailed. Got the lamp irons, got the rivets, got the handrails. So the chassis you don't really need to do much with, so you can put that to one side, along with the roof. This is where it's going to be most of the work. As you can tell from the pictures I shared earlier, Toad is not light grey. It's like a dark, charcoaly wooden brown, if that makes sense. So obviously we're going to have to paint it to represent. Now, in the future, I would probably sand away the handrail details and put brass knobs and the wire and do it properly. Excuse me. But because this is going to be the first time I've attempted to make Toad in O gauge, I'm quite happy to just do the repaint, highlight them in white, put the GW back on, give him his 16 tons and his number, and then his face. His face is obviously going to be going on this end of the veranda. So that support bracket, and that lamp iron will get sanded away, made flush, and bits and pieces box. I've got a Toad that was from my first Thomas range, whose face fits perfect on here. I've already did that as a dry run. Oh, you can see that the door open. You can see. That's the lead. You can, but there you go. So how will we achieve it? We can get some, what I prefer is nail polish remover to remove these decals. But if the paint layer is going to be a thin paint layer, they will be useful to keep on if you're going to be hand painting the letters back on. These are going to be the wrong codes and wrong weight. Other than that, I think that is pretty much everything that I want to do for the review. How long have I been running now? Oh, 23 minutes. So tonight what I'll probably do is I'll go order the bits and pieces that I need, and probably next week I'll start this project again. May do some tinkering in the week. And I'm aiming that this weekend to have a video up on some scenic stuff that I've been working on. And that is going to be trees. They're going to be trees that are about O gauge scale, but could easily be used in garden scale or G3. And also look at how easy that is. It could also be used as 60-foot, 50-60-foot trees in double O. Obviously it depends on how well you finish it or how you want to finish them, but that might be the way to go. But like I said, it's going to be a different technique to what you've probably seen before, which makes them a little bit more lightweight. And from the one tree that I finished using this method, it looks the bomb, as the kids would say. But you've got that to look forward to, and that'll be from old Christmas trees. I know, hard to believe, old Christmas tree. Not the ones where the branches are fixed on permanently, but the ones where the branches are removable. And there's going to be some other bits and pieces, like we've got that green stuff from florists. This is stuff that I've been using already. Break it down into little fine bits and you get a basic flock. I'll do a video on that. And not really much else I can say other than like, share, comment, hit the notification bell. I will be starting to do more videos and there will be more progress on live streams. And I hope you enjoy and that you've all had some, going to have some more modelling fun in the future. And as I say bye, there's one final look. Percy with Toad. Yes, Percy is a bit big compared to the rolling stock. But unless you've noticed, a lot of the rolling stock on the actual railway is smaller than the engines themselves because of the loading gauges. But from me, Percy, and the future Toad, good night, and I'll see you next week.